Alright, let's talk about a guy who might have the most impressive resume on the planet. I'm talking, of course, about Johnny Sins. Before he was a doctor, an astronaut, or a police officer, sometimes all in the same week, he was just a kid from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. His real name is Steven Wolfe. Can you believe it? The man known for having every job imaginable started out as just Steve. He was born on the last day of the year, December 31st, 1978. Growing up in a regular neighborhood, nobody could have guessed that this quiet kid from Pittsburgh would one day become one of the most recognized faces in a very specific corner of the internet. It's like finding out your neighbor who always mows his lawn on Saturday is also secretly a superhero. He had a pretty normal childhood from what we know. He wasn't out there practicing surgery on his G.I. Joe dolls or putting out imaginary fires. He was just a regular guy. After finishing school, he didn't immediately jump into the spotlight. Instead, he did what a lot of people do. He got a job. For about 6 years he worked in construction. That's right, he was swinging a hammer and doing manual labor long before he was, well, doing other kinds of manual labor on camera. It's a humble beginning for a man who would later explore the cosmos and save lives, all while maintaining a perfectly bald head. It just goes to show you, you never know where life will take you. The big change for Steve came in his mid-20s. He decided the construction life wasn't for him anymore. Maybe he got tired of the sawdust, or maybe he just felt a calling for something greater. He saw an ad on Craigslist. Yes, Craigslist, the same place you go to find a used couch or a roommate who promises not to eat your food. This ad was looking for new talent in the adult film industry. He decided to take a chance, packed his bags, and moved out to Los Angeles. It was a huge risk, leaving behind everything he knew for a career that most people wouldn't even consider. But hey, sometimes you have to answer the call of destiny, even if it comes from a weird online ad. This move was the start of everything. When he got to LA, Steven Wolfe became Johnny Sins. The name itself is kind of a classic, isn't it? It has that perfect blend of simplicity and, well, you know. He shaved his head, which would become his signature look, and stepped in front of the camera for the first time in 2006. He didn't know it then, but he was about to become a legend. He was just a guy from Pittsburgh trying something new, but he ended up creating a character that millions of people around the world would recognize instantly. From construction worker to internet icon, it's a pretty wild American dream story if you think about it. So how does a guy go from being an unknown actor to a global phenomenon? For Johnny, it was all about his incredible work ethic and his unique ability to play any role. Seriously, any role. In the world of adult entertainment, he quickly became known as the go-to guy if you needed a believable character. He wasn't just playing a part, he was the part. He approached each scene with a level of professionalism that was kind of funny in itself. Whether the script called for a plumber, a pizza delivery guy, or a personal trainer, he showed up ready to work, and people started to notice his dedication and his, let's say, versatile talent. His fame didn't just stay within the adult film world, it exploded onto the internet thanks to memes. You've seen them. Pictures of Johnny in a doctor's coat with a caption like, "When you lie on your resume but still get the job." His bald head and serious expression made him the perfect blank canvas for internet humor. He became the face of the man of many talents. People started making compilations of all his different jobs, and the list was staggering. He was a teacher, a soldier, a CEO, a vampire, and even a yoga instructor. Each new role just added to the legend, making his online fame grow bigger and bigger every day. What really helped him stand out was his look. The bald head, the muscular build, and that deadpan serious face. It was a combination that just worked. He looked like he could genuinely be any of these professionals. You see him in a firefighter's uniform and for a second you believe it. He had a generic but somehow authoritative look that made the absurdity of his many careers even funnier. He wasn't just another actor, he was a brand. The Johnny Sins brand meant you were getting a reliable, professional, and surprisingly believable performance, no matter how ridiculous the situation was. It was this consistency that turned him into a household name, at least in certain households. His rise to fame was also fueled by his sheer volume of work. The man is a machine. Over the years he has appeared in thousands of scenes. This incredible output meant that there was always new material for meme creators and fans to work with. He was constantly popping up in new roles, keeping his image fresh and relevant in the fast-paced world of internet culture. He wasn't a one-hit wonder. He was a constant presence. This relentless work ethic is what cemented his status. He wasn't just a meme, he was an institution, a guy who built a massive career by being willing to be anyone and do anything. Let's dive into the jobs because that's the best part, right? The most famous of all his professions has to be Dr. Sins. He has probably performed more checkups than any real doctor in history. It's his most iconic role, the one that pops into everyone's head first. There's something about his calm, clinical demeanor, combined with the stethoscope and white coat, that people find endlessly amusing. He looks so serious, so professional, you almost forget what kind of movie you're watching. He's been a surgeon, a dentist, a therapist, and a general practitioner. If there's a medical field, chances are, he's practiced in it at some point. It's his signature gig, the role that made him a legend. But he didn't stop at medicine. Oh no, Johnny has also been a dedicated public servant. We've seen him as a police officer upholding the law with a stern look and a badge. We've seen him as a firefighter bravely rushing into, well, bedrooms. And in one of his most ambitious roles, he became an astronaut. The photo of him in a full spacesuit is one of the most shared images on the internet. People joke that he was the first man to explore the dark side of the moon. These roles are so far-fetched that they become brilliant. He's the guy who can do it all, from fixing your pipes to flying a spaceship, all with the same straight face. The variety of his jobs is just mind-boggling. He's been a lawyer, arguing his case with great passion. He's been a teacher, educating students on very specific subjects. He's been a mob boss, a secret agent, a mailman, and a vampire hunter. There seems to be no limit to his professional range. Part of the fun for his fans is seeing what career he'll take on next. It's like a running joke that everyone is in on. The more normal or respected the profession, the funnier it is to see him in that role. It's a performance art piece that has lasted for over a decade. What makes these roles so memorable is the little bit of truth in the joke. In a way, he represents the idea that you can be anything you want to be. It's a very exaggerated, very adult version of what your parents told you as a kid. His career is a testament to reinvention. One day he's a soldier, the next he's a scientist. This constant transformation is what keeps him interesting. He's not just playing characters, he's embodying this weird, hilarious fantasy of being a master of all trades. And in a world where most of us are stuck in one job, there's something appealing about a guy who gets to try them all. So, what is it about Johnny Sins that makes him so well-liked? It's more than just the memes. A big part of it is his personality off camera. When you see him in interviews or on his YouTube channel, he comes across as a surprisingly normal, down-to-earth guy. He's not what you might expect. He's humble, he's funny, and he doesn't take himself too seriously. He fully embraces the humor surrounding his career and seems genuinely happy that people find his work so entertaining. This likable personality makes it easy for people to root for him. He's in on the joke, and that makes everyone feel like they're part of a big, friendly club. He's also incredibly positive. In an industry that can be tough, he always seems to have a good attitude. He talks openly about his work and life with a sense of gratitude. He started a YouTube channel with his wife, Kissa Sins, called Sins TV, where they do everything from workout videos to quandas and travel vlogs. This channel gives fans a look into his real life, showing him as a regular husband and guy who loves fitness and traveling. It humanizes him. People see that behind the doctor and the astronaut is just a nice guy named Steve who loves his wife and enjoys life. This authenticity is a huge part of his appeal. Another reason for his popularity is that he represents a kind of ultimate competence. It's a joke, of course, but the character of Johnny Sins is a guy who can handle any situation. Is your sink broken? He's a plumber. Is there a fire? He's a firefighter. Need your taxes done? He's probably been an accountant too. In a complicated world, there's something comforting and funny about a single person who has all the answers and can do all the jobs. He's like a human Swiss Army knife. This fantasy, combined with his real-life good nature, creates a character that is impossible to dislike. He's the hero we didn't know we needed. Ultimately, people love Johnny Sins because he brings them joy. Whether it's through his original work, the endless memes, or his cheerful YouTube videos, he makes people laugh. He has turned an unconventional career into a source of global entertainment and has done so with a smile on his face. He never pretends to be anything he's not, and he has embraced his unique place in pop culture with open arms. He's the hardworking kid from Pittsburgh who became the man of 1,000 jobs, and in the process, he became a beloved internet legend. And you just can't be mad at that. Good for you.